Hello, everyone. So, welcome back to the Vibestream. So I'm not feeling too well today. I'm kind of sick. So I kind of have a bit of a sore throat. I've kind of had for the past uh, three or 4 days, uh, which is why my voice sounds all deep. And we won't play Red Dead Redemption 2 tomorrow, but we probably will on. We probably will on. Well, we will on Saturday and Sunday for sure, though, but not on tomorrow. Yeah. Hello, person watching. Anything you want to talk about? Huh? Hmm? Hello. Person watching. Anything you want to talk about? Also the new Swans album is really good. Spur theme. I think this is the best out of their like recent stuff. I would say it's maybe their. Maybe I wouldn't go as far as to say it's their best. It's definitely one of their best, but I would say it's maybe probably their fourth best album. Yeah, their fourth or fifth. I don't know. The Glowing Man is really good too, but yeah, probably their fifth best. I'd probably say. Hey there, everybody. How you doing? Cotton Hill. Oh, that's from King of the Hill. I gotcha. Okay. All right. Hank Hill, former U.S. President Jimmy Carter in Cotton Hill. Okay. All right. Fictional child. No, that's not good. No. I like how Hank Hill is just listed under propane as a category. Fictional Republicans. Okay. Yeah, I'm not feeling too well. I'm kind of sick. I have a bad sore throat, so um, that's why my voice sounds different. Ow. Yeah. How you doing? By the way, Rudy. No, it's mucus all in my throat. It's good. I could felt that about Mucus being 6. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's not fun. Yep. Definitely not fun. What have you listened to the new Swans album yet, by the way? You haven't heard the new Swans record. Let me know when you do. It's really good. I think it's one of their best yet. So anything else anyone wants to talk about? Do I think John Redcorn is a bad father to Joseph? I don't know. He doesn't really. I thought the whole point was Joseph doesn't know that John is his dad, and he thinks that like whatever that guy's name is. What's his name? Joseph Dale Gribble. Yeah, he thinks that he's his real dad, even though Joseph is Native American. Earlier listened to Primus's Pork Soda. Yeah, I'd say Pork Soda is probably their. Interestingly, I think it's one of their most popular releases, just because it has My Name Is Mud on it, which is their most popular song. But I would say that's probably their most experimental, like completely go out there release. It's actually a really, really complex, technical, just really experimental like metal release. Well, I think Pork Soda is probably my third favorite by them. My favorite is Frizzle Fry, and Sailing the Seas of Cheese was my favorite for a while, but I think Frizzle Fry might be my favorite now. And then Pork Soda is probably my third favorite. Yeah, Frizzle Fry is really good. Like Gary listened to Incubus. Yeah, I like Make Yourself Incubus. Yeah, my favorite though is Science. It's my favorite they've done. I think Make Yourself though. I think is their third best release though. I think Morning View. I think is their second best. Morning View is really good. I think Morning View is much more accessible release though than their other stuff. If you like Primus, there's another group that's really good called Flagman. That's recent. They actually started making music in the 2020s, but they're a recent group that kind of reminds me a bit of Primus. If you want to check them out, I'll type them in here. Tell me if you like it. They're called Flag Man. Oh, jeez. I heard of Flag Man. I haven't listened to them that much, but yeah, I should check it out. All right. I think I've listened to 2 of their albums. The one from 2022, and I think I don't know when exactly they released. The one, like, what is it called? Like, Taste Incredible. Yeah, I listened to that one. It's from last year. And I listened to Thank You Come Again. I think that one's better than Taste Incredible, I think. So, but Taste Incredible is really good too. Probably just listen to both, but I'd say the one called Thank You Come Again. I think that one's better than Taste Incredible, but you could probably check out both. They're both good. So I haven't listened to their first album though. I admit, but and even like the cover even looks very Primus-esque just because of the clay model stuff on the cover. They're probably influenced by Primus, I would assume. Like Primus kind of started the whole like bass slap kind of thing. Oh, and also, by the way, if you're wondering, yes, I did order Birthing by Swans. So, Bat credit card, a Bat credit card. They had the balls to give one of the greatest superheroes of all time a Bat credit card. Yeah, yeah. Where did that come from? I might look it up. yeah, it's a classic line. Even though Nostalgia Critic kind of went downhill. Bad credit card, Nostalgia Critic. Be right back at 8. All right, see ya. See you back in a bit. Hi there, just discovered from the title there's a new Swans album. Yeah, there is, and it's really good. It's called Birthing. And I would say Swans has such a like impressively consistent discography. They have so many albums, but they've been around for so long. So, they've been around since 1982. And I would say I wouldn't know if I'd say all their albums are good because I'm not a big fan of Greed. I don't really like that album, but I would say the rest of their stuff is good. Good, okay, too good, I guess. But they definitely don't have an album I hate, is what I'll say. But Birthing, I think, is the best of their really recent stuff. But I would say it's maybe their fourth or fifth best. I'd probably say. I think my favorite is To Be Kind, and then The Seer, and then Soundtracks for the Blind, and then probably either then my no, yeah. Then my fourth favorite is either The Glowing Man or Birthing, I would say. But Birthing is really good. I was kind of listening when I listened to it the first time. I was kind of thinking this might be their best, but after some re-listens, it's still really good. I really like it. It's definitely one of my favorites of the year, though. Let me get you the list, and I'll tell you which I like for the ones I listen. All right, sounds good. Mm-hmm. Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eh. Oh, I didn't see. Okay. Okay, so I really enjoyed the first ones, Filth and Cop. Yeah, Filth is good, but I don't know. I definitely wouldn't. I don't even think I'd put it in my top 10. But that's just. But it is a good album. I would even go as far to say it's one of the best no wave albums. But I probably wouldn't even put it in my top 10 for them. But it's good though. And Cop, that one's fine. I think my favorite of their '80s albums though was probably Children of God. I think that's what it's called. Hold on. Yeah, that's my favorite album by them from the '80s. Is that one? But I don't even. That one maybe would go in my top 10. I don't know. Maybe Filth might be my 10th favorite. I don't know, but I don't know, something like that. And I thought The Beggar was good. Yeah, actually, no, The Beggar might be my 10th. I don't know. Yeah, The Beggar might be my 10th favorite. Actually, I think The Beggar might be better than Filth. And then White Light is yeah. The Sierra, some awesome tracks. To Be Kind, I love. Yeah, To Be Kind's my favorite, and then probably The Sierra, and then Soundtracks to the Blind, and then like I said, either then probably I don't know. Probably I'd say Birthing is probably better than Glowing Man. I'd probably say. I don't know. I got on by the Beggar too. So my mic was here. That's cool. When I saw them live, the Glowing Man, I love that. So Soundtracks to the Blind. Yeah, I know a lot of people really. Well, that's a lot of people's favorite is Soundtracks to the Blind. Mm-hmm. I personally think Soundtracks to the Blind is probably their third best. And I guess like if you were to count their live releases, I actually think Swans Are Dead is better than Soundtracks to the Blind. They're really good live. Except I've heard their music is like deafening live. So their music's insanely loud. And I think I've heard that it even has led to complaints. And interestingly, even though Michael Gira is like 72 years old or something, he's never wore earplugs. Apparently, to any of his concerts, which I think is interesting. I don't know. I can still hear, especially how old he is. Yeah, they played The Beggar entirely. It was the album tour a few years ago. How long is The Beggar's also is it also 2 hours long? I think it's so interesting. Is they've been around since the '80s. They constantly evolve their sound. Their best stuff is arguably their stuff that's like 30 years into their career. Almost all their recent stuff, even though it's like they've been around since the '80s, almost all their recent stuff is 2 hours long, and it's all good. So like I don't know, I think that kind of cements them as one of the best bands ever. And then they also still do really good live concerts, even though Michael J. Soul. How is he 72? Is that whole? Let me look up how old he is. I'm pretty sure he's 72. 71. Okay. That's close. He turned 71 this year, actually. February 19th is his birthday. He has a son named Swan. Michael J. does. Okay, it was quite loud indeed. I put earplugs in my ears. Yeah, I bet. I saw Beggar Alone like a year before seeing them together, and he played some tracks from the Beggar Alone just because acoustic and voice before the album was even released. Yeah. And also another thing that's interesting is I don't know if you know this, but on their like website, if you order albums from their website, Michael J. signs them all. It's like it's not only like the it's not only like the new stuff. He signs like all their albums that he puts on their website. So I think that's interesting. Okay, but Jared seems like a difficult person. Let's say that. Yeah, I've heard he's kind of weird live. Like I think I've seen some stories. Like I don't know if this is weird to say, but I kind of feel like Michael Gira might have autism. I think just because he seems to really, really not like being around people. He seems somewhat antisocial and stuff. Like I think I heard that he when people take photos with him, they have to tell him not to stand too close to him or something like that. And then like another thing is like I heard somewhere that like he really, really doesn't like moshing. And I understand that some of their music is pretty heavy, but he gets really upset if he sees people try to mosh. And then also I think I heard somewhere that he saw someone on their phone at one of their concerts, and he took the person's phone and like put it on top of one of the speakers or something like that. I'm not sure if the person got it back, but I feel like he could have potentially got in trouble for that. But I guess he thought it was rude that the person was using the phone at the concert. And then also I've heard if people try to put their hands on like the stage or something, he'll just step on their fingers or something like that. Yeah. When I saw him alone, he got upset with someone in the audience very rudely. Oh, yeah, I can see that. Did you get to like talk to him or anything? Honestly, the only I mean, I did go to a daughter's concert and I got really close to him when I was there because it was like a floor thing. You can get as close as you wanted to the stage. Um, there was the only other time I've technically met three uh, famous people. Kind of, I met, and they're all you can see where this was because it was at a convention. I met Vivian Madrano, um, Erica Lindbeck, and Morgana, and just because it was at a convention, so. But they were nice. So. Not really. I think I only told him how his music was inspiring while he was signing my LP, and I think I remember he refused to handshake. It was a little after COVID, so it's understandable. Yeah. Did he say anything, or like did he talk to you or anything like that? Like, yeah, I heard he really doesn't like physical touch and stuff like that. I remember he said, but I think like thanks and smile. Yeah, which I don't know. So here's one thing I'll say is I can understand why there's just some people that don't like physical touch, and I can understand because there's some people that are really really huggy, like love to hug, uh, and some people just don't like that, and that's probably what it is. And I don't know. I guess probably I would probably say let them know beforehand, but and I know there's some people that just don't like being touched. I know it's nothing against them. They don't have anything against you. It's just some people don't like physical touch, But the guy who plays lap steel, he's a fairly friendly. It's cool. But I don't really know enough uh, physical interactions with Michael Gira, but I kind of heard he's can be kind of dickish. Some people I've heard. After the live set, he was smoking joints with people from the audience outside. Oh, that's it. Yeah, I heard he's like really, like, I don't know, like, oh, what's the word? Like, even though he's like 71 years old, he knows all about like meme culture and all this other stuff. I've heard, but I can see him doing that probably. Yeah. I personally don't do any of this stuff though. I don't even drink alcohol, so I drink soda though. But I've been trying to kick on that. But I usually decided I'd basically have 1 week I'll have soda 2 times a week, and then the other week all throughout the week I'll have soda. I don't know. Maybe that's not very healthy, but I don't know. It's better than me having one soda a day every day, I guess. Which I don't know. Some people say, eh. Not not Jira. Sorry, I was talking about the lap still guy. Gotcha. Hmm. Gotcha. Interesting. Uber friends saw Daughters live too. Yeah. If Daughters plays again, as long as what's his name? The vocalist of the group. I'm trying to remember his name. Hold on. As long as they hopefully kick out Alexis Marshall, the vocalist, because when I saw them live, I mean, Alexis Marshall is a great performer. He's a great vocalist. He's a great songwriter. But I don't know if you knew all about the incident with Alexis with his girlfriend, Christine Hayter, also most usually known as what she used to go under, Lingua Ignota. Her real name is Christine Hayter. So that was his girlfriend. And I remember on Instagram they were together and all this stuff, and they were posted stuff together. And then I just noticed that they deleted everything. And I was confused at first. And I was like, oh, they must have broke up. And she later came forward and said that Alexis was physically and sexually abusive to her. And she had to go to the hospital at one point. And it's really upsetting to see, because even though Christine's music is so dark and scary and all this other stuff, she seems like a really, really sweet person online, like a really nice, sweet person. And she's gone through several instances of physical abuse with her partners, which is really upsetting. And I still listen to Daughters. I still like them a lot, but like just I definitely wouldn't see them live again because of that. Unless Alexis is kicked out, then maybe. I don't know. They bought the shirt, but now they don't put it in anymore for obvious reasons. Yeah. The fact is, I think she wrote in her statement that she'd reached the other band members and they didn't do anything. That's why kicking out Alexis wouldn't be. Oh, I had no idea about that. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't see them live again then. Yeah, not good. That's not good. What do you think about the artist / individual thing? I would say you can definitely separate the art from the artist. I do it. So, like, for instance, I still like Kanye West's music, and he's a horrible, horrible person. He's gone really downhill. Or I like Burzum, and obviously, Varg Vikernes, awful, awful person, really terrible person. I like Rosemary's Baby, and I like Chinatown by Roman Polanski. He's obviously a really awful person too. So I don't know. I would probably say, yeah, like if the stuff isn't bad, I guess if someone doesn't want to listen to something or watch something because the person who made it is an awful person, I completely get that. But so I guess I would probably say don't support them, I guess. And then another group I think their music is good is Nocturnal Mortem. Like even though I really like Ukraine, they're like Ukrainian group. They're really bad people. They're a black metal band, but they're and then also I'd say as long as they don't talk the bad trash that they believe in their music, And then another one is another group that makes good music, but they're horrible people. Is Pesti Noir, a French black metal band with bad stuff. I don't who's Herzog? Who's that again? Herzog. Werner Herzog. Is that? I didn't know he did anything. Who's Herzog? Herzog actor. Is it Werner Herzog? I didn't know. What did he do? I know he's a director. Oh, Kinski. I don't know that either. Klaus. Okay. Okay. Oh, he played in Werner Herzog's movies. Gotcha. Oh, gross. Oh, yeah. That's what he did. Oh, gross. All right. But anyways, I'm gonna end the stream off here. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.